So we have done the asymmetrical dart manipulation going from the bust points to the waist, passing through that center line. And today we're going to do it towards a shoulder seam. Hi, I'm Christina, and I love to digitally apparel pattern, creating unique pieces of wearable art. And I love doing asymmetrical stuff. So I'm super excited to be doing this dart manipulation. If you're interested in following along with me, you can definitely find a link below to get a half scale of your own so that you can follow along and start manipulating your own patterns in Adobe Illustrator alongside me. You'll also want to grab the key commands and useful charts. As I am pattern drafting, I am changing between tools using my key commands, and it makes the patterning process just faster and more efficient when you are digitally drafting. So let's get started. I am going to bring up Illustrator and we're going to get going. So the first thing I need to do is I need to actually reflect my bodice across that center line. Since it is going to be an asymmetrical thing, I can't do everything just on half. It's going to be crossing that center line, so we got to have it full. So we're going to reflect it and we're going to go right across that line, just like so. Now I can completely turn this into a full pattern if I so choose by cutting away this center line. Then we want to do it on the other side. So now we're going to cut away this center line as well. And then it's also grouped. So we are going to ungroup it. Looks like that's ungrouped. That one. There we go. Now we just have those centers that we're going to delete. And then we're going to highlight those two and join them in a smooth curve. Join, smooth. There we go. Now I have my full front bodice. I'm not going to worry about the back because I'm actually not going to be doing any changes to the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and slide that over just a little bit. And we're going to zoom in on this bodice. Now, I think I want both dart points kind of coming up to the same point. And I think I might not even sew these darts. These might be more of a press in. I'd be interested to see what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself a line. We're going to go mid shoulder to that bust point, just like so. Yeah, I'm liking that. So the next thing that we have to do to actually maneuver the bust point anywhere around there, we actually have to bring the dart up to the very point of the bust point. Then once we have everything maneuvered, we then have to back it off. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop that up to that point and pop that up to that point. And then I'm a little bit off that point. I'm a lot bit off that point. There we go. I definitely love the zoom in function. We're going to cut apart right at those points. And then we're also going to cut apart right at that point there. Then the other one I want to cut apart is this line. I drafted it as one, but when I'm actually manipulating them, I don't want them attached because I want two lines right on top, so I have that line automatically pulling out just like that. And then all I have to do is start rotating. So I'm first going to copy front. We're going to grab that one, grab everything, and I want to make sure I'm getting that little notch mark. It doesn't matter because I'm not actually going to set in a sleeve, but when you're doing stuff for real, you want to make sure that you're taking all your notch marks with you because you're not always, you're sometimes having them ungrouped, so you just want to be aware of that. Then we're going to rotate right at that bust point and close that dart. Wow, that pattern's not trued. That's interesting. This must be a different pattern. So as we go through this, we're also going to true up this pattern because that was very surprising. I was not expecting that at all. So there's the one. Now we're going to do the copy front, and then we're going to grab everything else that we want to maneuver and we want to rotate, click it right there, and rotate. Yeah, something transferred funny when I moved that dart, because this half worked out just fine. So we're going to trust that these points are all correct and that this dart leg just got moved funky when I was doing some rotation there. So I'm not going to worry about it too much and hope that is what it is. And that is our dart manipulation. Now you have to decide where you're actually going to want the grain on this. And you can do it in a couple of different ways. I'm going to leave it just like it would have been, that it would be going straight up and down, just like that. So before I can actually create, or before I can finalize this pattern, I need to back up off of these just a little bit, or back the darts up off of the bust point so that it doesn't come to that peak and cause any dimpling or weird puckering. So we're going to draft a line that's 0.375, and we're going to rotate it until it's splitting. And then I'm just going to copy paste and drag it over. That's pretty darn close. There we go. Then we're going to draft a line. Whoops. Line. We're going to then copy that line, paste front. I don't think I actually did the paste front. We'll see. I did. And that's going to make sure that that dart leg is exactly the same length. Then we're going to do that again. I'm going to actually start from this side though, so that I don't front. So I started from the opposite side so that I didn't accidentally automatically connect it to that dart. And then we're going to, I hit rotate. I'm going to rotate it on that point, pull it up there. And now all we have to do is trace our pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer, lock that layer, and trace around my pattern. And I'm going to go here, go to the center, and pull. Get that nice and smooth, and go back. Like I said, I'm going to true out that dart and just hope that it was something I did when I was manipulating it. I don't 100% know that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I did. Click. What's really great with this pen tool, that even if you don't quite get it right on, you can always come back and fix it later. So I'll show you how to do that. Oop. I'll pull that one a little bit, and that one a little bit. So then we need to come up and fix that point. So we're going to highlight it, hit A, and we're just going to click and pull it. And then we're going to finesse that neckline just a little bit. It's not going to be exactly on its old line. Because that old line it's not quite a smooth transition. So I don't have it perfectly parallel. And you want it to be a very nice transition unless you're looking for that actual V-cut or that little movement in it. I'm looking for a nice smooth cut, so I'm not going to go with that pattern. Then all I have to do is print out this pattern and put it together. I'm super excited to see how this one turns out. I think it's going to be really interesting to see. So definitely check back soon to see how this asymmetrical double dart gets put together and how it looks on the form without the actual darts being sewn. They're just going to be folded and ironed in to give it kind of a unique look. So I look forward to seeing you in some of my other videos. Happy patterning!